Come on now, bro. All these pound for pound fighters are too scared to fight me. They need 200 million to do it.
You got 200 million for you.
I'm fighting Jake Paul.
Pussy.
Talk about it. You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. You know, that goes to show, you know, how serious he's taking me and how much.
Crawford has completely changed his stance on Jake Paul's place in boxing. Once dismissive of him as unworthy to face real pros, Crawford now says he'd take the fight if the timing and terms work out. His shift comes after years of criticizing Paul for turning boxing into a spectacle, calling him a circus act who disrespected the sport and the fighters who spent years mastering it. But with the chance of a massive payday on the table, Crawford seems open to stepping into the ring with the YouTuber turned boxer he once couldn't stand.
He can punch with that right hand. Like, I seen him, you know what I mean, up close in person. Like, dude is big. He's not as slow as people think he is, and he can punch. You know, that's why a lot of people know, like, there was times where, you know, him and Tyson was in.
But now Crawford has changed his tune, showing a new level of respect for Jake Paul during an appearance on Logan Paul's podcast. He openly admitted that he was wrong about him. Crawford explained that he once viewed Jake and his brother as outsiders using their YouTube fame to cash in on boxing, while lifelong fighters struggled to earn a fraction of that money. Back then, he saw it as an insult to the sport. But hearing him now, it's clear his perspective has shifted, proof that even one of boxing's toughest critics can admit when he's misjudged someone.
Because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many hoes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, this gonna be taking candy from a baby. You know, Jake is missing the rules. See, this what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens, you know?
Crawford says his change of heart came after watching Jake Paul's dedication up close. He saw Jake training with real discipline and focus, not like a social media star chasing clout. That's when it clicked for him. Jake was actually improving. Crawford, known for his perfectionism and undefeated record, doesn't hand out praise easily. So, for him to admit that Jake's effort is genuine says a lot. He's not calling Jake an elite boxer, but he's acknowledging that the commitment and progress are real.
For DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. You know, Ryan Garcia's probably going to go on a rant saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN.
Crawford witnessed it firsthand when he attended Jake Paul's fight against Ryan Borland in Puerto Rico. Jake delivered a clean knockout that night, and Crawford, who was there for a convention, watched closely. He later admitted, "I was sitting there thinking, this dude can really punch with that right hand. It was a turning point." Crawford knows Jake isn't facing top-tier opponents yet, but he recognizes that for Jake, these fights are stepping stones just like every boxer's early journey.
Like the influencer world would be the most lucrative thing for my career, and I think I was the only one who like actually wanted to do it and actually wanted to go all the way, and that's why I set the goal for myself early to become a world champion, set the bar extremely high.
Crawford says he's come to see that Jake Paul isn't trying to skip the line or act like he's ready for fighters like Usyk or Canelo. Instead, Jake's taking on opponents that match his level and showing steady progress with each fight. Crawford pointed out that, while many fans want to see Jake jump straight to the top, boxing doesn't work that way. You have to earn it step by step. After watching him live, Crawford admitted he gained much more respect for Jake than he ever expected. And now, with Gervonta Davis possibly out of the picture, Crawford isn't just acknowledging Jake, he's open to fighting him himself.
Kidnapping, all sorts of crazy stuff, guys. If this is true, I just talk about just fumbling the bag. One of the biggest financial opportunities of his career. and he's about to ruin it. It's being reported that Jake's team is offering Ryan Garcia as a replacement for a...
When Crawford first heard talk of a Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight, he called it crazy, and he wasn't wrong. Jake is a cruiserweight at around 100 pounds, while Tank fights at 135, a massive difference. Still, Jake didn't shy away. In a Netflix interview, he agreed the fight sounded wild, but said that's exactly what makes it exciting. He called it a 50-50. Its matchup. Tank has the skill and experience, but Jake believes his size is the great equalizer. And that, he said, is what makes the fight so unpredictable.
Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby.
Classic Jake, confident, strategic, and always ready to sell a moment. But things heated up when he was asked if he'd fight Terence Crawford. Without hesitation, Jake said, "I'd for sure fight Terence 100%. Let's run it." That response caught everyone off guard. Crawford, 42-20 and widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of his era, represents elite skill and experience. But he's also older now, while Jake is younger, bigger, and physically stronger. From a business and publicity angle, it's a matchup that makes perfect sense.
I knocked out. Watch the fight, you idiot. Went 12 rounds. Like, you're weird, bro. Bro didn't even knock me out or even throw punches. That's sad, bro. Just know, bro, I'm coming back. It's gonna be vicious. Like, you guys don't want to see that. You guys are weird, trying to troll me over a fight I didn't even care about.
From a legacy perspective, it's a crazy matchup, which is likely why both men are open to it. Jake noted that a fight with Canelo was almost set before the Mexican star pulled out to sign with Saudi boxing promoter Turki Al-Sheikh. He said a Canelo fight would still be huge for him, calling them both some of the biggest draws in boxing and an amazing challenge. But for now, Jake's focus is clear. He's locked in on November 14th and taking care of Tank first.
He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. But as you can see here, he's working on his versatility. He's now working on fighting orthodox. He's naturally a southpaw. Now he's working on fighting orthodox.
With Tank possibly out, the obvious next option is Crawford. He brings respect, credibility, and technical mastery, while Jake delivers massive attention, marketing power, and mainstream appeal. Together, they could capture millions of viewers, and both fighters know it. It's a clear example of how fast boxing dynamics can change when timing and money align.
Beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
It's a huge size advantage, though.
it is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
A year ago, Crawford wouldn't even mention Jake Paul in the same breath as boxing. But now he says, if everything aligns, I'd take that fight. It's no longer about proving himself, it's business. Crawford has achieved it all. Undisputed titles into weight classes, an undefeated record, and pound-for-pound respect. Few fights remain that excite fans or pay him what he's worth, and a matchup with Jake Paul would generate massive pay-per-view numbers. At this stage, it's about capitalizing on his legacy while the opportunity is hot.
What's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder? I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank.
Joshua's simple "just let me know where," and when response shifted the entire conversation. This isn't a joke or gimmick anymore. It's a fight both sides are seriously considering. Hearn wouldn't even entertain it if the money and audience reach weren't massive. For Jake, whether he beats Gervonta Davis or not, getting Joshua on board is the kind of win that keeps his boxing story alive. Right now, with Diaz, Ngannou, Joshua, and Crawford in the mix, Jake Paul's next chapter is shaping up to be as unpredictable as ever and for him. That's exactly how he likes it: loud, risky, and impossible to ignore.